guys, welcome back to the chan. We are going to be replacing the lip, of course, as you saw my last video where I blew this thing up. So we went and picked one up from a Chevy dealership for a little bit over 500 bucks. Okay, so if you see here, we have a 7mm bolt. We're going to have to take those out along the line of the front lip. So just follow around the lip, you'll find your 7mm bolts. You're also going to have these rivets, and you're gonna have to drill those out. There's probably about 6 of them on this lip. Go through, drill that out, and then once we get this off, we are gonna go ahead and go to the next part, which is gonna have to be removing the adhesive that Alright, cool. And before you want to start pulling at that, double check, make sure you get all your rivets off. This sucker's still on there actually really well. It's got adhesive across the whole front piece, and that's what's really holding it on right now. So, oh yeah, it's on there really good. So the idea is to pull this back. You can see it kind of separating there and kind of cut along this line. Now some people like to use floss. You could use whatever you like. I'm gonna try a plastic pry tool to start off with and see if that does it. So we'll kind of see if that does. You really do got to be careful, but it's coming off. This is a super dull blade too. But being extra careful not to rub up on the paint as much as possible. So the forums made this sound a hair easier than it was gonna be, and I found out why. And this is mainly because 2 rivets locations. I say this, but there's actually a rivet holding this on this side from the inside. So I'm gonna have to pull off this wheel well here. So we got the front lip off. There's a ton of adhesive to have to play with to get off. But there's that rivet right there. So that is on both sides, and you do have to pull back the wheel liner and take out the front wheels to get that off. I also broke one of these clips, so I'm going to have to replace this piece. It came with an extra one, so I'm going to drill out these 3 rivets and then re-rivet them on, clean up the glue, and then hopefully we get the next one, get the bumper on in the next few, and then go on my day, go get some nachos or something. This is the one that came on the car, and this is the one that we got. And looking at this design, they broke off the bottom pieces here, which are here and here. So I'll have to take off these brackets and then drill out the holes, which are tapped, so that's helpful. Here, here, and here. Let's do that. It's better. It's a lot better. Let's get the rivet gun on. So you just want to make sure you have your rivet gun and it's pushed all the way to where you're trying to rivet. Boom. Clean. OEM, bros. That looks good. That looks really good. Let's do it again. Clean. Now, una más. Clean. Yep. My strategy is going to be, I'm going to put it up there, put all the bolts in loose, tighten up the bolts, and then do the double-sided tape, and then most likely the rivets at the very end. So I think that's my process. So I'm just taking these tabs and I'm folding them out so that we can peel them off later. So they're easy to grab. I don't know about you, that sounds pretty stupid to me. These rivets are overkill, but I'll do it. The last thing to do is we got to get these rivets on each side of the lip. So it's basically right behind this. So that's what we drilled out earlier. Now you could tell it's stuck on the bottom here. That's because we tightened up the screws right here. So I'm going to go ahead and just take these out. I know we put these in. That was to align the lip. And I'd still kind of suggest doing it that way, but it's your call. All right. So if you could feel for the hole, you'll find it. You can find it with the drill bit as well. There it is. And we're really just going to drill into the bumper. So I want to pick the bumper up as much as I can, get it right where we're going to drill it, because that's where it's going to go. Alright, and not difficult at all. Let's go ahead and get the rivet in there. Cool. So it's in there. It's in there now. We'll worry about that later. But yeah, so you can see it really tightens up the gap right here, and that gives it a really strong bond. So this thing's not going anywhere. I'll push up on the bumper to try to mate everything nice and tight. But yeah, it's all basically done. So I'm just gonna go ahead and put this all back together. Not as horrible as I thought, but with these instructions, I think it should make it a lot easier. Oh, yeah, look at that. We're back. We are back. Looks great. Yep, I'm happy about this. Correct order of operations, in my opinion, is going to be get your car up, get it on the jacks, take off the 4 bottom wheel well screws, and drill out that rivet that goes into the side of the lip. Once you get that done, drill out the rest of your rivets on the bottom of your lip, take out the bolts, and then from there just peel it back and work at the adhesive. Once you get that off, it's going to come right off. Then you could get it right back up. I'd suggest doing the rivets at the very end, so get your bolts in first, and then start with that your bottom rivets, and then do your finishing outside rivets. And it's on, you're gonna be done. I'm gonna let this adhesive bake for like about 24 hours before I wash my car, and I think we're done, guys. And you know what I say, if you like and subscribe, it's appreciated. Thanks for watching, guys. Ready for the next.